Bricklayer is 6. He likes the things how largest 6-year-olds love, observer paw patrolling, game in his friends and departure to the garden. But 8 months ago he was undiagnosed in Marrow Carcinoma and for the recent 2 months has been constrained to dwell in a chamber in Fair his parents for business. Bricklayer is exposed exhausting treat how has leftward his immunity framework weak. In her own speech, his mom D. Pepiette, 54, of Ebo Valley, explains how the insulation affects her slight boy and their broad household. Few human beings know which it is love to include a kid in carcinoma. At first down there is a horrible feeling of powerlessness, a profound wish to get off their ache or go via it for them. You sense out of monitoring and worthless, incapable to defend yours kid. But nearly as poor, are the pragmatic implications. For my child, Bricklayer, his disease tool he is too hardly to expend period on a regular family's carcinoma chamber. Instead of, he is cooped up in an insulation chamber, cut off of the planet. He is just permitted to go in pin in myself and his daddy, later the significant doctors, medical staff and act lead, who carry protection gloves and masks whenever they enterprise clothes. Some rather than how, he sees not one. He cannot act in some family or get visits of his friends. He cannot see his siblings, they include to FaceTime him to remain in concern. He cannot breathe crisp air via an outdoor box, it is blocked close at all times. He cannot though give in his known toys, teddies and clothing of household, all has to be mark brand new, complimentary of any pollution. In impact, he is in jail. It has been love though with his diagnostic recent February. Bricklayer is the youngest of our 4-persons family, a lucky boy who favorite game in paw patrolling and departure to the garden. In the new year, his dad, Derek, 56, and I noted he was unhealthy. He had lose 16 kg in weight, and requested to sleeping all day and not go everywhere. Following a few erroneous starts in doctors, who initially mined he had a viral infection, he was ultimately undiagnosed in a marrow tumor, thing I had never, always imaginary. I was completely dazed but surgeons excited rapidly, operational on him fair 3 days after. Following several hours in surgical, they controlled to shoot 99% of his tumor, challenging a extent of harm to his portability and the nerves control his jaw and eyes. But they had to keep 1% as it was too hazardous to shoot. Now we are wait to see which happens. The left tumor has already begun increasing once again. But Bricklayer is due more than chemo quickly, so we went aware his prediction before following how. By the period he has been via how, Bricklayer will include consumable 8 weeks, or 2 months, in insulation. The duty the conducted on him is huge. He is extremely miserable, conducting largest of his period observer videos and songs on YouTube, that he joins in. Separately of the, he generally sleeps. As for Bricklayer's dad and I, the effect of his diagnostic and insulation are as well huge. For the history 9 months, we've barely leftward his party, rescue for the odd walk about the clinic perspectives. I sleeping in his chamber at overnight, his dad sleeps in a chamber upper floor in the clinic and our lives are fully on conduct. I include had chest carcinoma and subjected chemo and emission. Yet it was anything compared to which Bricklayer is departure via. You just don't wait yours kid to get carcinoma, and vision him on his their own, cut off of the planet and his favorite ones, is fair the tough item.